breaking news as of the last few minutes. Just a few minutes ago, this broke, guys. Despite revenue growth, Microsoft is once again raising console prices. Okay. They're raising the Xbox Series S up by $20. The Series X is going up $50, and the 2 terabyte version is going up $70. So now this 2 terabyte version is $800. The Series X is going up to $650, and the Series X Digital is up to $600. And then the Series S baseline model is now $400, and the 1 terabyte variant is $450. Of course, when they first launched in 2020, they were $500 for the Series X. So now it's gone up by $150. $150. And of course, the Series S was $300. So now they've gone up even more. In the last 5 years, the prices have gone up by 30 and 33% respectively. The Galaxy Edition of the Series X launched at $600 in October of 24, and it's gone up by $200 or 33% in less than a year. I think, they're blaming, of course, challenging situations and economic factors, and that they made careful consideration with all of this. They're saying all this. I think what they've realized is just one very simple fact, okay? There's not a lot of people buying the Xbox Series consoles, right? Not a lot of people buying them. But the people that are buying them, I think they've determined are Xbox fans and are committed to the platform and will buy it regardless of where the price lands. I don't know how else to read this. I think what this is probably just a hope that they can sell a bunch of units when the GTA 6 game finally launches in May, and that people will buy their console to play that game. Maybe they're going to announce some sort of special bundle or something with Rockstar. I don't know. But they're giving me the vibe that this price hike right now, literally just a few months after the last one, is probably in preparation for that. I don't know what else you could say, because they just rose prices again. Raising the price by 33% in a year is pretty ridiculous. And I just don't see it. Tariffs, I mean, tariffs obviously have an impact on many products and markets. Absolutely. Mathematically, it does. But it doesn't have a 33% in a year increase effect when a lot of these consoles are already in the States. A lot of these consoles are already sitting on store shelves. It's not like this is for, the next batch of manufacturing. This is today for the stuff that's on the shelves today. And a lot of the markets and the places where these are assembled, like Vietnam, China, there's trade deals that have been negotiated that are significantly less than 33%. So this, to me, seems more like just taking advantage of the current, I'd say, international markets and temperatures and everything, and they're just taking the opportunity to raise prices. And honestly, this is the other piece. Maybe it's cynical of me to think this way, but GTA 6 comes out. A lot of people who have not upgraded to this generation are going to get into the generation for the first time. A lot of them, if they've not upgraded yet, are probably more casual players. If somebody is choosing to upgrade to the next generation for the first time and they have kept no real tabs on where the market is and where the industry is, I could see it being a situation where they walk into the store, and if they're budget minded, they're now going to look at the Series S for $450 sitting next to a $550 PlayStation 5, and they're going to go, I'm going to save a little bit of money. I'm going to buy that one. And on the flip side, if they're going in and they want the premium experience, they're going to look at the PS5 Pro, but then they also see that there's an Xbox that's $800, and they may falsely assume that therefore this is the superior console capable of more and all of that. Because it's more expensive. It must be more better, I don't know. Vietnam still has high tariffs, bro. Yeah, absolutely. There are, as I said, tariffs are certainly at play here. They aren't at play 33% in a year. That's where I just came out October 24 for $600, and in less than a year they've raised the price by $200, 33%. Tariffs are a component. It's definitely not all of that 200. a good chunk of that 200 is them taking the opportunity to spike the price, you know. Anyway, this is crazy. It's wild. It is also just generally funny that they're struggling to sell consoles and they are choosing to raise the price of them so significantly. It shows that they're clearly not too worried about the price point. They don't think that that's the reason people aren't buying it. And that makes me conclude that whatever buyers they're anticipating, they don't think those buyers are that heavily affected by price. So if you're going to buy a Series X, you're going to buy a Series X, whether it's 600 or 800 or 500 or 650, like you're buying it anyways. So it's an interesting strategy. We'll see it. We'll see how this goes, fanboys. Yeah, fanboys, or it's just, again, like I said, the casual gamer coming in and thinking that because it's more expensive, therefore it's higher quality. That might be a component of it as well, which I think is a false assumption or a false, I think it's fallacious. Just because something's more expensive doesn't mean it's therefore better, but I do think that could be a reason why they're doing this. Anyway, there you go. Oh, Xbox. Phil, what are we doing? I also, maybe the other piece of this, like Michael brings up, Series X is now up to 650. PS5 is up to 550. This could mean that the next gen is primed to start at 700. I will say, if they now go and launch the next gen at 700, it won't feel like that big of a spike because the Series X is currently, after this, being sold for 650. So, wow, generation to generation, it only went up $50, when in reality it went up 200, but it feels better, right? It feels better because they walked you up the price ladder slowly. Still think it's stupid, but I think that might be a component of it too. Yeah, they boiled us slowly. Yep.